Good morning, y'all. How we doing, Lions? Previously on Kimba TV. Dimitri, what's going on? Can we get 15-second alpha TA? It's the same as yesterday. So, 2 days ago, we were waiting for it to come back down here. Yesterday, it came back down here, which is our live. I hope people were listening. But even this, we talked about. That's your stop loss right there. So I don't know how many people. I think some of you guys DM me and you took that one. So that's awesome. But even this we talked about yesterday. So yeah, all this kind of played out. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. And then, yeah, look at that. Look at that. But yeah, if I would still like to kind of clean all of that. There's also a scenario where you could just clean that and start heading back down too. So this is kind of this has always been kind of like a level of interest. So we'll see if they can turn that into support. If bulls can, then it's really going to get going because all of these and all of these are going to all get cleaned out. Yeah, that's about it. So no real, nothing's really changed. We took the long yesterday and just continuing to drag your stop. So like your stop loss and profit should be somewhere in between these point of controls now. Like here. Burke says any 15-second alpha TA. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it right now, brother. Can we give it up for Soul? Yeah. Azaz, hit him with that clip. Actually, we already have it. 2 months ago, chat. Get prepared. Everything talked about weeks and months in advance. Everybody good to go. Let's get it. Medium time frame, looking for a short. I wish the high didn't look like that. I mean, I want a short. I think any of these would be fine. But with settlement, value area high, value area low like this, we're supposed to look for this. So maybe there's a bullish retest at value area high. But really, though, I want to be shorting. It's just the high is not the best. So something like that. All right, that's probably my 15-second alpha TA for today. We're supposed to be looking for a bullish retest on value area high. Obviously, when this gets lost, it's going to go fast. So maybe we get a bounce, clean the high, and then we take the short. Anywhere around here would be ideal. All right, I'm forgiven. Mr. Lucas says maybe go with S&P sweep as well. Yeah, you remember this? Do you remember what we talked about on S&P in terms of what I would be looking for or what I would have to wait for a short? I got joy. Isn't that crazy? We talked about that last week for S&P, and it's kind of lining up really nicely.
You just said.
Yeah, Boo Gammas look all right, so. Any questions? How was everybody's weekend? Who was all here for the poker tournament? Let's go. Let's go, Lions. F5 says, are you in any positions at the moment? I still have my long from last week open, and I just got into a short, brother. Yeah, but if we lose VWAP, I will close. If we get maybe on the second 30-minute candle close, I'm going to close the long from last week, and I'll let the short run. All right. I would have liked it to go a little bit higher, but do you remember like all the levels that we were identifying? So value area high, bink, point of control, session anchor VWAP, and value area low. And look at where it went to with a clean swing fail pattern. So, like, I would have liked a little bit higher. I'm probably going to cancel my limits up here. But, like, this is, like, resistance for me. And then spending 2 30-minute candle closes inside of this box would start to make me feel like we're going to go grab 92 next. But F5, anytime that you show up late to a stream, go to the YouTube, go to live, and just get caught up, rewind. Okay? Just rewind and get caught up. All right? And last but not least, brother, just because I'm bearish or I'm bullish doesn't mean that you need to be, bullish or bearish just like me. Fuck that nonsense. You need to be able to prepare and look at data. Like, for example, I can argue for a bullish case and a bearish case. We just got a swing fail pattern and of the ETH high, which is pretty normal for a Monday. And I was looking to short value from previous session block anyways. So when I drew this box, right, I was talking about this VWAP and this value, right? But, if you understand, like that I was looking at value area high, point of control, and the session VWAP to be resistance, like, you got to understand that value area low is right there too, and it pixel fucked. So that might be it for the bearish retest. So conceptually, if you understand that if it had initially dumped, I wanted to take a scalp long from value area high into the next value zone. And then from here, I wanted to short. That's the concept, okay? I wanted to long from value area high, even settlement I would have been interested in, but none of those happened earlier this morning. Okay, so the first move, I already missed it. And then for the short, I don't know if I might have missed it. I don't think I'm going to get all of the full fill, so I have a tiny bit that got filled, and that's it. And I still have the long from last week, and if we spend 2, 3 30-minute candles below VWAP, or if I feel like we're going to lose this, then the long is done. All right, F5. But yeah, for me, like this box area, even like the value area low, this whole volume range is resistance in my opinion. I don't know if it is for you. It doesn't have to be for you. All righty. To be honest, what would have been really nice is S&P gap sweep. So shitty. So this, and if you remember, this is the plan from last week. Remember, we were down here when I was talking about the only other place that I could think about shorting S&P is right here. All right, so make sure you get caught up. You know, we've nerded out on S&P so much that the only way that you'd be confused is you're not staying caught up. So make sure you're caught up on all that. But that confluence with this confluence would have been what I would have ideally wanted. Sounds good? Any questions? Everybody good to go? We mathing like a motherfucker today, though. Oh, I forgot to do this. Shout outs to everybody that was there yesterday. Let's go. Kimba version 2.0. Y'all ready for Kimba AI? Y'all ready for a stream when you can just show up and you can ask whatever and Kimba AI will tell you the answer? Let's get it. Math is math and juice is juice. Omar says, so the mathematically advantageous short, if you miss the sweep of the high, would be the bearish retest of the trend line settlement VWAP? Yes. Yes, Omar. But the other juicy thing too, Omar, to make your life easier is to understand, okay, the only reason why you wouldn't take the short like me is, you know, and just continue to wait up there is because you weren't understanding that this is the zone that you want to short. Okay? You know, and that's why this was the box that I drew. I wanted the top half. You know what I mean? But conceptually speaking, like you've been here around long enough to know that that's just a Monday ETH overnight sweep, yeah? Which means that this gap fill could be the thing in play. So it's if this, then this. So you have to be able to say, oh man, maybe I need to market smash here just in case it's just an SFP. You needed to be like me and already have been bearish. Because based off of how this is reacting, so for example, if this is a hidden bull div, okay, and it's coming up like this, I wouldn't short the bearish retest. So the fact that you didn't want to short here, but now you're just listening to somebody else and you might short the bearish retest, you might already be getting got. You needed to already be thinking organically about wanting to short here. This is the easy idea to short. This is just a follow through of this idea. So this is more important to understand than to always be the guy trying to chase it. Otherwise, you're always going to be the guy chasing it and you're always going to be getting filled and taking a loss when I get stopped out in profit. So if that short didn't make sense, then I don't know if you should take the bearish retest. You might be missing something that I'm not going to miss, where I'm going to close my short for a tiny profit and you're going to try to take it. I'm never going to be able to hold your hand every 30 seconds. So I don't know what you don't know, and I don't know what made you not take that swing short in the first place. Like maybe there's something that I'm not looking at but is making you more bullish than me or more bearish than me. And all of those things are going to start to come into effect down at that level. So But to answer your question, yes, if in this scenario with settlement outside of value area high, if price goes back into value, whatever that means, some people are going to consider the bearish retest of settlement as the signal. Some people are going to consider it 2 30-minute candle closes inside of value area high. Some people will enter value area high entry. Settlement will be the stop loss. And they'll do that after the first 30-minute candle close inside of value area high. And you've been around long enough where I've done all of those, right? What should we do if we're already in a short? Sit back, relax, and let us up. Yeah, stop loss and profit. Exactly, Verti. Omar says that makes perfect sense. I stepped away for a minute and I didn't originally identify that gap play, so it kind of left without me. That's okay, Omar. So you've got a couple of opportunities. You can take the bearish retest of settlement. You can take the bearish retest of the trend line. You can market smash or post only already in case you're not going to get a bearish retest. You could play the full rotate of value, which means that you're going to take not the bearish retest of the trend line, but the bearish retest of value area high or the time spent or value built inside of the previous value. So you've got multiple options. You need to start thinking about it right now and start preparing. Like for me, brother, I woke up, I looked at the charts. I said, I think it could go higher. So, it would be dope to get a bullish retest, but I wanted to get into a short, right? So sometimes the levels aren't pixel perfect, but it's good. Sometimes it's just good enough to not get got. You feel me? You think Papi Bugatti is going to get away with this short, though, or not? You think I'm going to get stopped out? By the way, happy Monday, y'all. Let's go. Namgod says, I was curious if you use the higher ATR. Like Namgod, sometimes on certain accounts, I give a little bit of flexibility. It might be a little bit different on CME versus a little bit different on derivatives. It kind of depends on position sizing as well. And you know that derivatives and like CME is so for derivatives, the cascade is this right here. So 88.5 actually. I think I said 88.8, but 88.5. So just before the run starts. I would like to just get away with it, though, all the way to like 79.5. Coke Zero, if we get stopped out, like you said, before we even attempt again, we need to see those 2 30-minute candle closes in the box, and we'll make us bullet to 92. Yes, I think the higher probability, though, is that it goes down. It's pretty overextended. So even from like, let me put it this way, Coke Zero. The price is a little bit overextended, right? And this could come all the way back down to 80 and it would still be bullish. That's the way that I'm seeing it. But it's a little bit overextended. And I'm not gonna be scared to go back in long on like 79.5 shit. Just like this. Just like when this happened and then it did this. Yeah. So, let's see. We'll give it some time, and all the bulls need to do, brother, is to start spending candle closes above VWAP, right? So, I'm gonna keep it dead ass simple. My stop is already right in front of my entry, so basically like break even, And it's crazy to think that we're at a level of price action that I'm already like, my entry is like 85.3-ish, right? And like it's almost $1,000 away from my entry right now. Yet it feels like it's right around the corner. Isn't that crazy, ladies and gentlemen? Think about that. Our price action is so wild now that my entry is $1,000 away from where the price is right now. But that bitch feels like it's right on my ass. It feels like it's $200 away. So yeah, I think that kind of highlights the importance of putting your stop loss at break even. This is just our daily scalp, so it's not like a generational thing. Yeah, I would love to be able to ride this bitch from 85 to 80. That'd be a nice little short day. But you gotta. It doesn't matter if it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 away from your entry. That thing might get you real quick. So always cover your ass. Cytilic says, please excuse me for asking again. Do you manually keep track of all the play out probabilities for full rotation scenario? I used to. Yeah. But not anymore. I kind of know it by heart. Cytilics. Like 2 years ago, probably. RTH, ETH gap, short, long distribution pattern on different exchanges, Fed event outcomes. Yeah. But I think if you just keep watching long enough, you'll see it yourself too. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of people that will be like, I've seen this so many times, I kind of know it. Yeah. But you can always ask Cytilics. And I can tell you the answer then. Like right now, do you have any questions? Settlement is outside of value area high and value area low. So just like if on book exo charts, for example, if the previous day, if the daily open is outside of value area high and value area low, we would consider that a full rotate opportunity, right? So just a little bit overextended, it feels like. And the more times that you hear me say it, the more times that you play it, I think it'll be easier to remember. So, and remember, like, these are just games of probabilities. So sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't. So you can't just make up your mind or conclude that something is going to work or not just with a sample size of, 1. Yeah, if you see it as many times as we have, you'll definitely click it. Is there anything that you want to talk about right now that I can help you with? Point of control at 82,441 and VWAP looks interesting, right? But that's extended session VWAP, so it's going to be a little bit weaker because it's missing data from like the weekend or from this morning. So it's basically like untapped session VWAP, if you will. But I'm not looking for trade right now, just working on keeping track of scenarios. Very nice. Well, the easiest one maybe is to just keep track of the settlement, value area high, and value area low. Do you have a similar template to the CME TPO already, or are you waiting for mine, Cytilics? Do you think Poppy Bugatti is going to get away with his short? My stop loss is above the 786, dude. And then if I get stopped on this one, then I'm going to definitely try again at the box, assuming that the data looks good. So that probably takes us into today and tomorrow, I think. But yeah, it's interesting because you know what I like Mondays and Tuesdays to do, right, Mex? I like the weekly high or the weekly top, the weekly bottom or the weekly low to be set on Monday or Tuesday. So it's kind of interesting that we're going up first, huh? So yeah, I mean, if it is going to go up into that box tomorrow, I will take it. But obviously, I'm not going to lose money. So stop loss is at basically dead ass break even. So, but yeah, I mean, at this point in 15 minutes, the trade is, you know, basically considered dead or paused until tomorrow's RTH anyways, if we're talking about El Coop done. Lurson says, is it Wong to be long? No, especially not if you have like, you know, longs from like last week's entry or something like that. Lots of settlement longers. Yeah, the thing is it's new settlement now. So you're not really a settlement longer. You're a deviation of value area low longer. No, it's not wrong to be in a long. No. And to be honest, if it goes back to like 79.5, I'm longing the shit out of that too. Ryman says it's too late for short. Well, we talked about this all day, where there are scenarios where basically you are going to play the bearish retest of settlement, value area low, value area high, the orange line, whatever. Yeah, but like where were you all day when I took it and I was like hoping that I didn't get stopped out, and we're still lucky and we didn't get stopped out yet. I slipped in a small short right now. Fuck that, man. Well, you're going to get stopped out now and we're going to have to go back up again. Kimba, are you sure you want a short, bro? Are you sure you want a short? Dude, Kimba, I don't know if your short is looking... I don't think your short's looking good. Dude, your short is fucked, man. You should close it, bro. Dude, are you sure you want a short, Kimba? Are you sure you want a short, dude? Dude, I don't know if you're short. You should just close your short. Hey, I'm short with you right now, Kimba. Let's get it. Dimitri says, so now as we have pause on S&P and BTC is dumping, sure, but more specifically, you have a pause on CME, sure. We will have a bearish gap, yes. But do you remember what we talked about, Dimitri? There's two concepts at play. One is the timing of certain moves matter because of moments like right now or maybe on a holiday weekend like Easter. And two, it's really just about volume. So more than not, it will close the gap. Have you been paying attention to the ETH gaps the last couple days and weeks? They're not really that reliable because it happens on low volume. Fox Knox says, if you're thinking towards the highs or the lows of the day. Well, I'm already in a short, Fox Knox. We took the short earlier in the day. We planned it out. What we wanted this to go a little bit lower, and we wanted this to go a little bit higher. So we have a small little short. Fox Knox almost got stopped out on the golden pocket pullback, and I would like it to go to like 80. Yeah, but Fox Knox, we have higher time frame plans, medium time frame plans, and smaller time frame plans. On the higher time frame, I'm bullish. So even if it goes to like 68 or we lose 70, as long as we don't have like daily candle closes in like 65, I'm longing all that shit. And I love hidden bull divs. I love open interest that indicates longs got stopped out and shorts are piling in. And I love S&P confluence. So if Bitcoin's, going that low, I would assume S&P is also, headed towards 4,500 or lower. S&P is probably making a lower low probably as well. Maybe like tariffs are back. I don't know. Na, na, na. What does it look like down there on the 8 hour? Okay. Yeah, so I mean, that you can stop your long way before your entry copy trading. And then the next cluster would be around here. 13, 15, 12, 11. Then it's another fucking shit show and a sweep show. All right, 5 more minutes. Let's go. Ka-choy! Yeah, we started the day off with our plan. We got a little bit of it, not that big of a deal. It was exciting to get that heart pumping. Almost got stopped out, Azaz. Yeah, but nothing too crazy. It's not like a big position or anything like that. So we'll just have fun with it. I don't know what's going to happen overnight. If I don't get stopped out, then, we'll take a look at that 82.4 VWAP point of control, and then 80. And we'll keep an eye on higher time frame divs and see exactly what we're looking at. Obviously, keep an eye on S&P. So, yeah, fingers crossed, and it'll be dope if I can regroup with you guys tomorrow morning and I still have that thing going, but no big deal. There's the next level higher up on CME. So, but for me to take that, it's probably going to have to be during RTH. So maybe if I do get stopped out, the good news about that is we have another chance to do a live pink together tomorrow. So still cool. No. It's this one. Lions, I love y'all, man. Monday done. We're halfway through April. We got to lock in. Have a great night. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. Santo, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.